one. Okay, let's do this the right way so you can see my face to begin with. Here we are. Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friend. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, to create again. Hi, 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 hi. As you can see by the title, it was called A Recall on the Sea Tree. And what I meant by that was this. There wasn't anything wrong with it per se. It would be the base was okay and everything like that. But I got to thinking, and I put like a regular Christmas tree stand Christmas thing. And the more I thought about it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And the person that I gave it to, I said, I would like to have it back, and I've got a better idea for a base. So that's what I'm going to do right now for them, and I'm going to try to get back to them tonight and see if they like it. We'll see. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and, excuse me, didn't get much sleep today. But let's go ahead and put this on this angle so you can see it a little better. I've also got, as you can see, some rollers going on here. And the main reason for the rollers is to make a nice, very round base for this to go on, okay? Okay, let's light up the torch. Get my pillow in my lap. Some tweezers handy. And this should be a fairly simple job. I say that right now, right? Right. You know, I'm going to do this more interesting than that. Yeah, we're going to do it with this. This is going to be more interesting in the long run, I think. We'll see. Heat it up, attach it to. Pull that out a little bit. Now where I've got this will be where it attaches to the tree right there. But what I'm going to do is go down. I'm going to go down about a half an inch to an inch and flare that out. And I'm going to blow it out too. You'll see what I'm going to do. There we go. Set that aside. It'll be close enough. It's not completely round, but it'll do the job for what I want it to do, and it'll be making it a better base no matter what. First, start it round, and now we're going to flare it out. Yep, it's starting, and I heat and keep going. Doing good. This isn't perfect, but it's better than it was. It will be better than it was, excuse me. I guess I could center it better, but I'm not going to. Yeah, not going to. Not me, no way. Let's do this a little bit by hand. Flare it out some more. There we go. Getting a little lopsided, but we'll get there. If we have to, we'll make another one. Here we go. Yeah. Oops. Boy, did I get it this center, did I? Off center. That's all it takes. It's just one little wonk at the wrong time. Let's see if I can fix it. There you go. Surprising how just that one little twist of the wrist and accidents happen. Of course, I haven't done too many of these bases lately. And you can use these bases for goblets. You can use them for anything you really want to. And with that, I've learned, yeah, you can do it that way. And that'll be a good base for something. But I'm going to use what I didn't tear up and try again. Oops, you know what I should do? And I'm not doing it. I went live, and with other people finally getting the hint that I'd do this, I didn't go to the chat room. Hold it a second, I'll be right there. Ain't that a kick in the pants? Here we go. Chat room starting up. See if anybody's there already. Find out. Guess not. That's okay. This was going to be a quick one anyway. Oh, there is 4 people watching. Wow. Surprise, surprise. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't show up until now. Well, actually 3. Now 2. Because one of them is me. Okay? Okay. We all have those days. Now, first I'm going to even it out if I can, which I just did. Now I'm going to flare it out even more. Yeah, it's still getting a little wonky, but not as bad as the other one was. Now, another thing, if you're doing this a lot and flaring out a lot with graphite, and as you can see, I've got this holding in my hand, it does tend to get warm. Actually, right now it's fine. I'm not complaining one bit. But it helps if you got other graphite rods ready to go when it does get a little bit warm for the fingers. And also if you had like a little cup of something that you could put it in to quench the heat off of it, which does help, and it does tend to deteriorate the graphite, but not that bad. I've had these for a long while now. Flare it out just a little bit more. If you have any questions or type something in the chat room, feel free. See if I can answer it. And if you have a request, I'm pretty flexible tonight. I guess I could come up with something here. Okay. Now this is basically the base for the Christmas tree that I have already done. I'm going to flare it out I want it a little bit wider. This is where the fun comes in. The wider it gets, the more chance of it becoming unstable. Okay. Press it down to even it up. Okay. Next, we're going to turn around and pull off the old base. And with that, I've got to warm it in. That'll help. Those that are watching, thank you for being there. I work better with an audience. I don't know why. Again, if you have a question or comment, you can talk to me. It's starting to get warm enough there. And all I can tell you is when you got something cold and you think you've done it long enough, you do it just a little bit longer. It'll be for the better. Now I'm going to pull this off. Right, right, right. There you go. Oop, not quite warm enough. Pull this off. There it goes. Remember, you're working with a three-dimensional object. I wasn't at the moment, but it came back to me. Okay, now that's ready for the base that I have just done, which is right here. Now, we're going to set that down for a second or two. Now we're going to pull off this base from the tubing. Okay. Those that just coming in, welcome. And for those that are still there, thank you for being there. And for those that are watching later, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Make sure it flows in well, which it is. There we go. Spin it to make sure it's pretty much even all the way around, which it is, and flame it out. If you have a request, now's the time because I'm about finished doing what I'm going to do to this for right now. Just shout it out in the chat room. Elephant, cat, mouse, swan, bear, whale, snail, unicorn, dolphin, whatever, whenever. If not, I'll think of something real quick. I thought about adding to this, making it look better, afterthought, and I might still do that. At the moment, I can't think of anything. So, now, that was an interesting deal. I liked that stand a whole lot better than it was before. It was more bulky. It was, I don't know how to explain it. I might even, yeah. Now, got some green here. What can I make jade? Jade dolphin. Ooh, here we go. I liked making them the other day, and I want to make another one anyway. So here we go. We're going to make a mantis. A jade green praying mantis. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Hi, Anna Maria. You're welcome. I do. She said, thanks for the video. Thanks for the nice video. I always like doing these. It, it's a passion with me. It's a pyromaniac in me being creative with me. And it's just the way I am. Okay. Now we're going to make, this is going to be the abdomen, and then we're going to make the middle here of this praying mantis. Oh, from Spain. Wow. Thank you. So you're, it's got to be what, 6 hours difference or more. So it's going on 8 p.m. here. So it's got to be 2 o'clock in the morning there, or more or less. I'm glad that you caught me live. Yeah, I have noticed that I have people who have subscribed to me from all over the world and also watch my videos. I mean, I'm just now reaching close to 22,000, 2 a.m. Yep, I was about right. I'm reaching 22,000 views, and I know there are some people out there who just with one video can get over 22,000 views. I'm sort of jealous in some respects, but then I know glass blowing is a niche, a real small society that not as many people are into. But I'm glad that I can be part of people's learning how to make glass and do things with glass. So there, I said it. Right, right. I'm making a steak out of bed. Wow. Actually, I will. I usually get up about this time of day, and I have a midnight. I have 11 o'clock p.m. to an 8 a.m. type job. So the midnight shift anyway. So these are my waking hours. Didn't get me out of bed. I'm just should try to get a nap before I go to work though, which I still have a chance. I'm just gonna make this guy and call it quits for the day. There we go. I did a mantis the other day, and I realized that I made his middle section really, 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 really short for what it should have been. So this one's going to be better. And let's see, I've got jade for the body. Let's give him, I don't even know what color that is. It's a dark color, but we'll give it dark color eyes. My luck, it's exotic. Oh, it's a dark blue. Might be turbo cobalt. One eye, other eye. For those just tuning in, thanks for watching. I'm making a praying mantis at the moment, which should turn out pretty cool, considering. It's even better than the last one I did the other day. That's the thing about doing these things, as you do them over and over and over. And for me, a lot of things, I've been at it since 1982. And a lot of things, I tell you, a lot of things that I've done and done well. But since and I'm getting up there, and I used to do it full time, and I don't do it as full time as I'd like to nowadays. So it's like you do it, and then you have to come back to it and learn it almost practically from scratch again, which is pretty interesting. Well, not from scratch, but you still have to really work on it. Here we go. Now we're going to do the leg so it stands. My punchy is getting a little short. My fingers aren't getting warm yet, but they're about to. As you know, I like to take things right down to the nubs if I can, preferably not my finger nubs. Been there and almost done that 3 or 4 times. Okay, got to pull off just the end of this because it's got some clear instead of just green, and I need for the legs here. There we go. If anybody's got any questions, you can shout it out in the chat room. I'm watching it and had somebody from have somebody from Spain there. Hey Patrice, still have to work on these. I'm gonna have to look at a picture of a mantis. It's been one of those things, but it'll still come out looking nice when I finish. The last mantis I did look good. It just was short, maybe like a baby mantis. Well, that's what I forgot. Antennae the last time too. Maybe we can put some antennae on there. There we go. Colorado. Wow. Patrice is from Colorado. That's a good thing. The mile high and the high state at the same time. No, that's not a bad thing either. I agree a lot with the new cannabis laws that are going around. I don't partake, mind you, but I do agree a lot with them. Okay. I think I'm going to start trying to be on once or twice a week, even 3 times a week, learning to blow pipes. That's a cool deal. I've done a few of them. Matter of fact, some of them in the shapes of animals and stuff. That was a fun part. Making a pipe, anybody can do that. Don't get me wrong there. But for me, making a pipe look like a seahorse or making a pipe look like a mermaid is where I get a kick out of it. Hi, Tobias. No, I don't use frit. Um, Tobias says, never seen you use any frit. Do you find it useful in your work or cost effective? Um, to tell you the truth, I bought some multi frit about, I'd have to say 20 years ago, and I still have it. I thought I'd try it, and also some white frit. Still have that too. I just never, with what I do, it's so small, and the swirl colors that I get with the encasing that I do, um, and that's how I get a lot of my colors too. Is by the way I encase the swirl patterns and stuff like that going on. So it's it's just a preference for me. But there is a thing about it. I mean, people like what the color variations that you can get out of it. They like the the way it works. But for me, it just wasn't my thing. And you'll learn that. I mean, that's the thing about glass blowing is it's looking good. I think not too bad. That's the thing about glass blowing is that there's one person that can do uh, the dot patterns. Oh, that gets me. Oh man, those dot patterns. I bow down to them and say I am definitely not worthy. They have a way of sitting there and dot, make a pattern and make it look like a picture of something afterwards. It's like, whoa, that is definitely not me. But I see that's what makes this universe so wonderful is that one person specializes in one thing, another person specializes in something else, and me, a snake wrapped around it. That would be pretty cool. Patrice says, I want to make a pipe with the with a snake wrapped around it or a dragon. Now I've done dragon pipes. They were pretty cool too. Um, I have to admit that with my um, glass blowing channel, Libby, I have not really focused in on doing glass pipes part of it. Um, it had been a preference and a choice that I made when I first started, but that's one thing about glass. You know, one thing I can't. There's a lot that I can still teach, and um, the Christmas ornaments were a good indication of the design patterns and things that I can come up with for for the for glass tobacco pipes and stuff. The design patterns are you know, stretching it here, pulling it there, bubbling it there, making a pattern here and there. Just that's what it all works. Okay. What I'm doing right now, and I know I probably had a few of you confused, is I'm making the wing to go over the abdomen. It's going to be a single wing, but it'll work. There we go. There we go. This is the fun part. Bringing it all together and making it work. And tap it off, pull it off. There we go. You can see I don't, I can sharpen the flame and go down and do some detail on this, but I tend to try to use one flame for everything. And that has its advantages and has its disadvantages too. But by putting it in the flame in a different location, you can get different results for what you're looking for in any part of the glass. Okay. Okay. And he still looks short, but I guess I need to work on the front part of his body. That's what it is. Or maybe that, yeah, we'll get there. I'll have to look at some pictures and I'll come up with mantis 3.0 or 0.30 or 3.0. It's 3.0. There we go. And we got a nice jade green mantis. Whew. I'm using, Anna, it's called a Carlisle CC. It has a center flame where I can do just single flame stuff like that. And all I have to do is just switch on another set of valves. It's got 4 valves, a set for the inner, a set for the outer valve, where I can do stuff. And instead of an oxygen tank on mine, and you can probably hear them buzzing away in the background, is I have 2 oxygen concentrators, and I probably have room to put 1 more up there if I really tried. And those basically run my torch. Instead of having to go out and get oxygen tanks all the time. It looks like a small flame, but I can get a lot out of it if I wanted to. See, just a matter of adjusting it even further, where I can melt quartz with this. But here, let me take that out of the way, and that ought to help you at least see it a little bit better. Where you got a set of inner ring and a set of outer rings. Okay? Now, oops, I forgot. I take that thing. See, now the reason I have this piece of glass here is one good reason is I do not wear didymium lenses on my face. I have this one right here in front of me that I look through to do all my melting for me, which is pretty cool. And because I wear trifocals. I'm 56 years old and hey, we're getting up there. And I wear trifocals. And because of that, instead of having to dodge my head up, down, and sideways forward to figure out where I need to put and didymiums and trifocals would be really, really, really. How much is oxygen approximately? Well, I did a video on that. Look at my oxycon. I'll put it in the description or in the listings below. I'll put the URLs to where I did the description of what I did to put the oxygen concentrators or how I have the oxygen concentrators connected up. Yeah, if you have a chance to get a hold of an old oxygen concentrator, people use them to breathe if they've got emphysema or lung problems and stuff like that, and they don't need it anymore. Or sometimes when they get older, they tend to just, take them out of commission, but they still will produce oxygen. And with the production of oxygen, but it's not as pure as they would like it for the job of medical oxygen. But considering it's going into a torch and being burnt, there's no problem there. No problem about the sharing, Anna Marie. Again, I'll leave the description in the in it probably won't be up tonight, but I'll have it in there probably by tomorrow or the next day. Just keep looking back at this this video, and it should have it there eventually. It'll be up tomorrow. It might be up tonight, but I need to, after I finish working on this, I need to go and sleep before I go to work tonight. So at least a quick nap. There we go. Looking good. Okay. Without further ado, I think I'm going to call it quits for this uh, this video, and there'll be others. If anybody has any requests that they'd like to see me try to do, I can try to do it. And you know what I'm going to do? I talk. Uh, Patrice, what I want to do, I might get around actually making pipes by doing miniature pipes. You know, I did that in one of my videos. I made like little tiny, teeny pipes. They were like, you know, couldn't have been more than an inch long, or I mean, a quarter of an inch long or less. So, so it was just as a novelty item. So that's what I might end up doing. Um, and I can make some designs up that way. There's another in Torch Talk Torch Talk. There's a guy on that page called John Knoll, and he makes micro miniature pipes, the type that you could set on top of a um, a cigarette lighter, a big lighter, you know, and it makes the big lighter look like a big huge cannon. Okay, this was the one I did the other day, and this is the one I just did. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's all I need, right? It got better, I think. We'll see how it goes for the next one. I will do Mantis 3.0 and get some more anatomy down better. Okay. Until next time, as always, thanks for being there. I'll try to do a dog in one of the next videos there, Patrice. Awesome. Did you hear? Did I hear you say in previous videos in one of the webcam headset you won't you'd work with them? Yes, I have worked with other people with webcams. Uh, Renee Shepard is one of them. David Gruber is another, and I could probably willing to be taking on one or two more people. Maybe it's one of those things that as time goes on. Here, let me change this. Oops, wrong one. Let me change over to the other camera so that people can see my face as I'm sitting here talking instead of an empty torch. But I might consider taking on one or two more. At this point, I have not been charging for the lessons, but I have, you know, expenses, and I've been doing it because I've really loved where people have been taking their lessons with. But I might have to consider mini dog. Yeah, I can do mini tiny dogs. Um, but I might consider it something down the road. Anyway, again, I got to go. I've got to take at least a quick nap before I go to work tonight. Sucks going to work in the middle of the night, but I kind of like it in one way. It's a lot calmer and people, not as much crowd. Never did like a crowd. Love an audience, but I hate a crowd. Peace, Tobias. Thanks, Patrice, and thanks for all of you to be in the chat room and saying a few choice words. Again, for those that are just watching for the first time, if you want to be more aware of when I do this, and I'm going to try to do this and try to advertise it ahead of time, but if you want to be notified that I'm doing these live videos, you'll have to click on the subscribe button again and look, and there's a bell or something that you have to click on to be more notified that I'm actually doing these. And it'll probably be about this time of night between, 6 and 9 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. So something to think about. Yeah. Thanks, Patrice. Hey, Richard. Sorry, I'm just now. You're just getting in here, and I'm just leaving. I'm sorry about that, but that's life in general. I'm glad I'm at least checking the chat room. I'm excited that I'm getting some audience. I love an audience. It just it just fills me with more energy than I can't even describe. And my creativity gets better. It's everybody thinking good thoughts and saying, "Hey, try to do this," and "Hey, try to do that." Anyway, thank you. And as always, enjoy your day. Come on, get over there and stay there. Out. Let me in. Dang it. Usually lets me stay there. What happened? I went to another page.